Hello everyone. Today's lecture point is network analysis. So in GIS, the main important part, which is a network, a completely different set of analytical functions in GIS consists of computations on network. Okay, so network means is a connected set of lines representing some geographic phenomenon. In GIS, a network is related to the connection of the lines or connection of different points. So that are connected with each other by using a network. So for example, transportation. So transportation is one of the example of a geographic phenomenon uh, which represents by using GIS. So the goods transported can be almost anything: people, car, and other vehicles along a road network, then commercial goods along a logistic network, then phone calls along a telephone network, or water pollution along a stream, river network. So these are the networks that are represented uh, in GIS. So there is important concept which is related to this is a network analysis. So network analysis can be performed on either raster or vector data layers, but they are more commonly done in the latter, as line features can be associated with a network and hence can be assigned typical transportation characteristics such as capacity, cost per unit. Okay, so that are depends upon these types of characteristics. So associated with each line, a direction of transformation. Undirected networks do not, and the goods can be transported along a line in both directions. That means these are transported, goods can be transported along a line in both directions. So for many applications of network analysis, a planar network, that is one that can be embedded in a two-dimensional plane, will do the job. And many networks are naturally planar, like stream river networks. A large scale traffic network, on the other hand, is not planar. Motorways have multi-level crossings and are constructed with underpasses as and overpasses. Planar networks are easier to deal with computationally as they have simpler topological rules. So there are different types of networks are available, and to mention that networks, there are different types of concepts are used, just like two-dimensional plane, then planar concept is here, then multi-level crossings are there that are used here. That are used here. Then not then non-planar networks can do so only using tricks. Okay, so त्याच्यामध्ये एक फर्स्ट पार्ट आहे नॉन प्लॅनर नेटवर्क. नॉन प्लॅनर networks can do using tricks, and this may involve the splitting of overpassing lines at the intersection of vertex and the creation of four lines out of the two original lines. ओके, तर आता ह्याच्यामध्ये हे ट्रिक्स आहेत की त्याच्यामध्ये जे काही ओव्हरपासिंग लाईन्स असतात तर ते स्प्लिट करून त्याच्यामध्ये इंटरसेक्शन वर्टेक्स किंवा टू ओरिजिनल लाईन्स या कन्सिडर करून हे नॉन प्लॅनर नेटवर्क क्रिएट केलं जातं. And without the further attention, the network will then allow one to make a turn onto another line at this new intersection node, which in reality would be impossible. And in some GIS, we can allocate a cost with turning at a node, and that cost in the case of the overpass can be made infinite to ensure it is prohibited. So the additional specific rules are usually required to define what can and cannot happen in the network. So various classical spatial analysis functions on networks are supported by GIS software, and some of them are optimal pathfinding, which generates a least cost path on a network between a pair of predefined location using both geometric and attribute data. And network partitioning. So we're going to study that concepts in detail, which is optimal path finding and network partitioning. In that, first one is optimal path finding. That means how to draw a network in GIS. First one is optimal path finding. Optimal path finding techniques are used when a least cost path between two nodes in a network must be found. ओके, म्हणजे ऑप्टिमल पाथ फाइंडिंग थ्रू जर नेटवर्क शो करायचं असेल तर त्याच्यामध्ये लिस्ट कॉस्ट पाथ, ओके, म्हणजे टू नोड्स असतील किंवा दोन पॉइंट्स असतील तर त्याच्यामध्ये जे काही कॉस्ट पाथ आहे किंवा लिस्ट कॉस्ट पाथ आहे तर तो फाइंड आउट केला जातो. अँड दी टू नोड्स आर कॉल्ड ॲज ओरिजिन अँड डेस्टिनेशन. म्हणजे जर दोन पॉइंट्स असतील तर त्याच्यामध्ये ओरिजिन कोणतं आहे आणि डेस्टिनेशन कोणतं आहे तर हे फाइंड आउट केलं जातं. So for example, there is a point, first point is A and another point is B. For example, this is point A and the another point is B. So this is the source, this is first one is source and second one is destination. So that paths are find out by using this. Then first one is called as origin and second one is called as destination. And the aim is to find a sequence of connected lines to traverse from the origin to the destination at the lowest possible cost. Okay, so या diagram मध्ये तुम्ही बघू शकता की there are different points that are comes to the node n. Okay, so the cost function can be simple, and for instance it can be defined as the total length of all lines on the path. The cost function can also be more elaborate and take into account not only length of lines but also their capacity, then maximum transmission, that is travel rate, and other line characteristics that are also find out by using this list cost function. So see this diagram, that is from and on to, and this is the cost of that function or the distance. Note, it is possible to travel on line B in figure which is given here, then take U-turn at the node N and return along A where one came from. ओके, म्हणजे फॉर एक्झाम्पल दिलेलं आहे बघा, त्याच्यामध्ये हा नोड आहे N किंवा पॉइंट आहे आणि त्याच्यामध्ये थ्री अनदर नोड्स आहेत, दॅट इज A, B and C. When a person from the location B wants to go at the location A, आता याच्यामध्ये काय आहे तर जेव्हा हा बी कडून ए कडे जाणार आहे तर तेव्हा बी पासून जो येणारा जो पाथ आहे तर एन या नोड मध्ये काय करावं लागेल तर इथे यू टर्न घ्यावा लागेल आणि तो कुठे जाईल तर ए या लोकेशनला जाईल. ओके, सी डायग्राम मध्ये दिसेल तुम्हाला. सी हियर, फ्रॉम हियर this goes from here and it takes the U turn and goes towards A. And the question is whether doing this makes sense in optimal path finding. After all, to go back to where one comes from will only increase the total cost. And in fact, there are situations where it is optimal to do so. Suppose it is node M that is connected by line B with node M, and that we actually wanted to travel to another node L from N. Okay, so it is possible to do this by using this optimal path finding. And there is some problem related to this optimal path finding are ordered optimal path finding and unordered optimal path finding. Both have an extra requirement that a number of additional nodes needs to be visited along the path. म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये जर ऍडिशनल पाथ्स द्यायचे असतील तर त्याच्यामध्ये प्रॉब्लेम्स होऊ शकतो आणि त्यामुळे जी नेक्स्ट कन्सेप्ट याच्यामध्ये डेव्हलप झालेली आहे that is called as network partitioning. Okay, so what are the purpose of this network partitioning? That is, in network partitioning, the purpose is to assign lines and or nodes of the network and in a mutually exclusive way to a number of target location. The target location plays the role of service center for the network. So here the service center is assigned by using this network partitioning. And there are different types of service centers like medical treatment, then education, then water supply. So this type of network partitioning is known as network allocation problem. That means here one main service is allocated to that partitioning, and that's why it is called as network allocation problem. Okay, and the another problem is trace analysis. One wants to determine that part of the network that is upstream or downstream from a given target location. Such problems exist in polluting tracing along river stream system, but also in network failure chasing in energy distribution networks. So here some problems are there. So here network partitioning concept is used. So in that, first one is network allocation and second one is trace analysis. So first of all, see network allocation. So how that it works. In network allocation, we have a number of target locations that function as resource centers, and the problem is which part of the network to exclusively assign to which service center. ओके, म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये एक नेटवर्क सेंटर रिसोर्स सेंटर क्रिएट केलं जातं आणि त्याच्यानंतर नेटवर्कचा कोणता पार्ट हा कोणत्या सर्व्हिस सेंटरशी अटॅच असणार आहे, तर ते याच्यामध्ये काय केलं जातं, मेंटेन केलं जातं. अँड this also include in which service center is assigned to those lines or segments to which it is nearest. ओके, म्हणजे कोणतं नेटवर्क असेल आणि ते कोणत्या सेगमेंटशी अलोकेट असणार आहे किंवा ते कोणत्या सर्व्हिस सेंटर्सशी अलोकेट असणार आहे, तर ते याच्यामध्ये काय केलं जातं, मेंटेन केलं जातं. सो दी कपॅसिटी विथ विच अ सेंटर कॅन प्रोड्यूस दी रिसोर्सेस, whether they are medical operations, school positions, then kilowatts or bottles of milk, and the consumptions of the resources which is used in industry in high demand of electricity, or just more thirsty workers. So the service area of any center is a subset of distribution network. So in these areas, these network allocations are used. Then another one is trace analysis concept. So trace analysis is performed when we want to understand which part of a network is conditionally connected. Okay, so conditionally म्हणजे ज्या ठिकाणी कंडिशन्स असतात तर त्या ठिकाणी हे ट्रेस अनालिसिस यूज होतं. So trace analysis is also called as trace origin, and one node is connected with the another node, or a node is connected with a line using a condition that is true or false. असं जसं आपण ट्रू आणि फॉल्स असं कॉल करतो, म्हणजे एखादी कंडिशन पॉझिटिव्ह असेल तर त्याचा वे वेगळा असणार आहे, निगेटिव्ह असेल तर त्याचा वे वेगळा असणार आहे. दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज अ कंडिशन, अँड दॅट ट्रेस अनालिसिस इज डिपेंड्स अपॉन these conditions. So there are some examples, just like which depends upon the path, then it depends upon the capacity, and it depends upon the path length. So tracing is the computation that the GIS perform to find the paths from the trace origin that obey the tracing conditions, and it is a rather useful function for many network related problems. So first of all, you can mention the network by using network allocation, and another one is trace analysis. So network allocation is depends upon the service area or the service center, and suppose one of the node or one of the location that is related to that service center, then it is connected with that service center. That means, suppose for example here that examples are given, just like where are the examples? See this school pupils positions or medical operations, or another different examples are given here also, just like streets and street segments that are also a service center, and that networks are connected by using this service center. And trace analysis means trace analysis is depends upon the conditions. When the condition is true, then it is given to the another network segment. If condition is false, then that segment is connected to the another network. So these two parts are used here. Then next part is GIS and application models. So models are simplified abstraction of reality representing or describing its most important elements and their interactions. Modeling and GIS are more or less inseparable, as GIS is itself a tool for modeling the real world. So there are some characteristics for using an application model. That is, what are the purpose of a model, then methodology underlying the model, then scale at which the model works, then its dimensionality, then its implementation logic. Then here, first one is purpose of the model. Why to use a model? Okay, so what are the purpose of that model in GIS? Then methodology. Then which methodology is used for developing this tool or application by using GIS? So which methodology is used for? Uh, which methodology is used for defining this model? Then scale refers to whether the components of the model are individual or aggregate in nature. Then dimensionality is the term chosen to refer to whether a model is static or dynamic, and spatial or अspatial. हे मॉडेलशी रिलेटेड पॉइंट्स आहेत. म्हणजे तुम्ही जे मॉडेल यूज करणार आहात GIS ऍप्लिकेशन डेव्हलप करण्यासाठी, तर त्याच्या या कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स आहेत. Okay, and implementation logic. So implementation logic refers to how the model uses existing theory or knowledge to create a new knowledge. म्हणजे इम्प्लिमेंटेशन लॉजिक मध्ये तुम्ही जे काही मॉडेल क्रिएट होईल किंवा ऍप्लिकेशन क्रिएट होईल, तर त्याच्यासाठी लागणारा जो काही डेटा आहे, तर तो एक्झिस्टिंग डेटा आहे, म्हणजे थिअरी आहे किंवा एक्झिस्टिंग नॉलेज आहे, आणि ते घेऊन तुम्ही न्यू नॉलेज क्रिएट करताय का, जस्ट लाईक अ रिसर्च. सो that are the characteristics related to the models which is used in GIS. Okay. Here unit 4 is over. Okay. Is there any problem? Then tell. Okay. Otherwise mention your roll number in chat box. Thank you.